Hey everyone, we are halfway through the month and I have to say this community, we look more fired up and energized than I have ever seen us. Now while we're out here fighting this manufactured culture war, our hero today was becoming a Civil War hero. It's Albert Cashier. I'm Dana Goldberg and this is your Gay of the Day. Albert Cashier fought in 40 battles during the American Civil War. He managed to survive all of them, and he still found time to dodge the 19th century gender binary. See, Albert was assigned female at birth, and he lived as a man for most of his life. No one had time to question gender in the middle of cannon fire. While most soldiers, they struggled with bad boots and worse rations, Albert was out there bayoneting Confederates and protecting his fellow soldiers like a hero. He marched, he dug trenches, and he did it with honor. Some of you are probably wondering, how did he pass a military physical? Well, there wasn't a problem back then because all they did was check the hands and feet. I don't know. Now, after the war, he didn't fade into obscurity. He worked as a janitor, a lamplighter. He was just this all-around small-town legend in Illinois. Local kids probably thought he was just some grumpy guy that fixed street lamps, and little did they know he actually personally outmaneuvered Robert E. Lee and the 19th century gender norms. Things got a little more complicated later in life when officials actually discovered that he was assigned female at birth. Now, this prompted the government to panic, as most governments do when they're faced with people living authentically. But even then, Albert refused to go quietly. In 1914, Cashier was investigated for fraud by the Veterans Pension Board. Well, former comrades, they confirmed that Cashier was in fact the same person that had fought in the Civil War, and the board decided in February of 1915 that all of his military payments should continue for the rest of his life. When he died in 1915, he was buried in full military honors under the name Albert D.J. Cashier, with the American flag draped over his casket and his Civil War service completely intact. I mean, in a century when women couldn't even vote and trans people really weren't part of the conversation, Albert was living authentically. He fought courageously and he refused to be boxed in. So here's to Albert Cashier, Civil War hero, gender outlaw, and proof that sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is just live as your authentic self. Bayonet optional. I'm Dana Goldberg, and this was your Gay of the Day.